She did an MBA, but she did not choose boardrooms. Instead, she chose classrooms full of chaos, noise, and movement.
My first ever dance class was after the birth of my second child. That itself made me see dance differently.
It would kill a mother to see that her child is going through so much.
Here you're making 30 toddlers sit in one place, in a corner, completely new environment, with 2 teachers, 1 or 2 DB, in uncomfortable costume. The child knows that I'm not a good dancer. Crying child gets most applause. For what? Anything we do, is it for the growth of the child or is it for our validation? Teacher keeps using in the classroom. Sit down, stop moving. Stop moving. Yeah. Children are constantly made to sit, so when they're asked to move, they feel the sense of freedom. Why can't we teach children safe moving? They know what to teach, but I realize they don't know how to teach. Every time a nursery 3-year-old child moves, if you're correcting them, where is the confidence going to come? And we say, oh, our test to build creativity. We're only creating copycats. We don't want to create individuals who need 2 pegs
Just
to go on the floor and dance.
Gain confidence.
Yeah.
She did an MBA, but she did not choose boardrooms. Instead, she chose classrooms full of chaos, noise, and movement. Hi, Swara. Welcome to the conversation. Thank you so much for being here. So, Swara, you call yourself a dance educationist. Can you tell us what do you mean by dance educationist? The common man understands dance as extracurricular activity or dance for entertainment or just dance, for fun. But what is dance education, basically, that you are advocating?
So, every field has super specialty. Yeah, a doctor also has so many multi-specialty engineer, right? Similarly, even when you teach dance, a choreographer will need to have a heightened creativity skill, direction skills, aesthetically what look good. But same dancer, when they step into a classroom, will require certain super specialization on how to build a progressive curriculum, classroom management, child psychology, dance teaching pedagogy. So when you really want to reach a child through dance, you cannot be just a choreographer. So that's why that's a difference between just a dancer and a dance educator.
Yeah, everybody loves to dance and everyone wants to dance for passion. Why did you do your MBA and instead of choosing boardrooms, choose the classrooms?
Yeah.
And you're passionately talking about it all around, all over your social media, telling people, hey, there needs to be a dance curriculum. There needs to be something which is more structured for schools, for children, according to their bodily development, progression, whatever.
So my story is slightly different. I have not always been dancing. I started dancing. My first ever dance class was after the birth of my second child. Okay. That itself made me see dance differently because I was a mother. Okay. Now, the second thing is, you sometimes find your calling late. Right. I reached a point where I used to see a performance and I used to get goosebumps, I used to tear in my eyes, and something within told me that, Swara, you need to go and dance. Okay. So I started dancing very late. My own need to dance, it started with that. Yeah, and my own need to dance I discovered after the birth of my second child. Okay. And I realized it's a very strong calling. It was a calling. Yeah, so from now being a dancer and being a mother, I saw dance differently.
How?
Simple. Yeah, than just a being young dancer. Now, when I started looking for a good dance class for my child, there were many good dance classes, but I saw they know what to teach, but I realized they don't know how to teach. They were using wrong songs, lyrics.
That's something.
They're very young dancers teaching very young students. So they know what to teach, but they don't know how to relate to them.
Right.
If the child is crying and do not want to go to the class, they don't know how to settle the child. Yeah. So I saw a huge gap of how to teach. And that's when I started studying how to teach dance. That's when I realized that movement and child development are 2 sides of a coin. It's not just about dancing. Movement is essential to child development. And I started doing more reading and research I started doing. Then I read so many books and then I did courses. Yeah, that's where my journey started as a dance educator. And I saw, I was lucky to start dancing late because I could see dance as a dancer and as a mother. And that's what brought this dance education together.
Okay, that's nice. Your own urge for you wanting to dance and your urge to see how it caters to children, especially your own child, and just club together, right?
Yeah.
And that probably also gave you insight into how, as your child grows and what's the comfort level, and how others
Child
must view
first.
a child,
Child
first.
first.
Yes, child first. That's where education is always revolving around catering to child first. You've been always saying that grand annual day functions should be reconsidered for toddlers. Why?
Yeah. So I specifically speak about play school. Okay. There are pre-writing skill, pre-reading skills. Same way there are pre-dancing skills, and performance is definitely not one of them. Okay. You will not push a child, a play school child, to write sentences. It's about scribbling, right? And then you go to slanting, curvy, all those things.
Right.
Same way. So, and then come sentence, then come calligraphy. Performance are like calligraphy.
The advanced writing skills.
Why do you want them? Okay, you will teach them little bit of calligraphy, they'll try something and then you push them. But what is the need of that?
Right.
Yeah. Like if you make a child for 2 months, make them just do one curve, they might get it. But is it required? Yeah. Have you gone on a Backstage, on a play school annual day?
Like I can imagine, because I know I have kids. So
I have been to many because I am a dance educator.
Right.
We do that, right? I have been to many. Imagine as a mother, okay, we're not able to take care of 2 children at home. Can you make them sit at one place for 15 minutes? Here you're making 30 toddlers sit at one place in a corner, completely new environment with 2 teachers, 1 or 2 Didi in uncomfortable costume. Okay, then they'll have an argument, no, costumes are comfortable. It's still something not comfortable.
Right.
They want to go to washroom, they want to eat, one person is crying, the shoes is gone somewhere, and there are 2-3 teachers and 2 Didi assigned.
The makeup
to one
is
class.
gone.
Makeup is gone.
They're crying.
Waiting hour is 4 hours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Till their turn comes.
You know how difficult it is to get a set of even 10 students in a line from Backstage to the wings. How difficult it is. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So difficult to get them from Backstage, get them completely ready in the right attire, shoes, they're looking fine, their hair is fine, and then bring...
Not just logistically, I think it's also inconvenient for the child.
Yeah. And when I write about this, some people say children need to learn everything.
Oh my God.
There is no easy way to do it. It's not easy or difficult way. What's age appropriate?
It would kill a mother to see that a child is going through so
Mothers
much.
are writing this.
No. Oh, is it?
On my post in comments. Child have to go through this. It's all learning experience.
It is, definitely. It's a
Mothers
learning
are writing this.
experience. But I think, this kind of learning, I totally get it. The school has a particular protocol. Children need to follow. But like as you said, 3 hours of program, getting the child to be seated, waiting for their turn to come with all the makeup intact. It's not about the teacher, it's not about the Didi who's actually looking after them. It's a child who is going through all that just, for the performance, and per se the child wants to go to the washroom, the child is hungry, the child feels, then there are some fights that go on, they're crying, and then still at the end of it, as an adult, the child is expected to forget all those emotional trauma that they've gone through and go and brace it and stand in front of the crowd.
And when the child cries on the stage, people find it cute.
Cute, I swear.
Yeah, the crying child gets most applause.
I know.
For what? The child who forgets gets the most applause.
Because they look cute. At the cost of what?
And what about the background? Dancing on one song 100 times, the first dance experience. What about that?
Yeah.
So it's, first of all, developmentally inappropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
After doing 100 times, they're not able to do it.
Yeah.
Will an athlete,
okay,
who's going to be a runner, yeah? Do you think at 10 months you should bhago? No, we all have our own milestones of development.
Yes.
Yeah. So even if you're going to be a dancer, that's not required at that age. So developmentally inappropriate, the process is not right of the teaching and doing one song 100 times. And the third is the whole experience backstage is not required.
Then
for anybody, even for teacher, it is not required. Teacher goes through a stress. Forget about students.
Do you think that training a child for an event is more for adult validation for the school, for parents to feel, my child has performed on stage, and for teachers also to feel, okay, we've achieved something by at least training them? I mean, subtly, it's not that we are speaking about it aloud, but subtly everyone feels a sense of, achievement. The child has done something, learned something under us, or a skill. But do you think the performance-oriented dance is more for adult validation and not focusing on the child and his own convenience? What do you think?
You already answered that in a question. Yeah,
okay.
We as adults really do think whether anything we do, is it for the growth of the child or is it for our validation of their learning? We really need to start
That's where
asking
the
this
dance
question. We
curriculum
need to start
steps
asking
in.
this question to ourselves. Everything they do, is it for adult validation, school validation, parent validation, or is it right for the child's growth? If you can ask this question honestly, yeah, we will get a lot of right answers. Today, the biggest problem when we go in a classroom and teach dance even to grade 5 and 6th is the body is not ready after being doing sports program, after being doing dance program from nursery. The body is not ready. Yeah, they can't keep the hand extended. They don't have strength. If they're dancing with less energy, because the reason is, first of all, the curriculum is, we missed making curriculum for everybody. We start making curriculum for delivery to students who are really doing good and by bringing them in limelight. So what I mean by that?
I beg to differ here because I'm sure many schools will definitely beg to differ here. Because
I know.
When curriculum,
I know.
yeah, I'm just saying, when curriculum is, we work for curriculum officers, is being designed, it is designed for every child, and therefore there are ways and means, and therefore various pedagogies are utilized, and movement is one of them. So that's what they will say. So how much of movement do you prescribe, in curriculum? Like should it be like 80-20 or 50-50?
Super question. Okay, super question. Now I'm going to counter question you. Okay, what are the 3 basic domain we speak about child development? Yeah, physical, cognitive, social emotional.
Yeah.
Of course, now there are many other domains,
Yeah.
but earlier we used to speak about these. Let's only take these three domains. Okay. Now, if you see a holistic development, how much weightage will you give to each one of them? Equal?
Yeah. Equal, yes.
Equal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, and the answer is that equal importance. As much you give to cognitive, to physical, to social, equal importance.
So do you think that our education system is preparing children for, if we do not give much, importance to movement, we are actually creating children who are, like you said, copycats, and children who do not really spontaneously know how to move even in society as they grow up as adults. Like you always been saying that whenever there are parties, there are only few adults who've trained in dancing who will come out and step out and dance freely. But the majority of them, we all know that we have so many hesitations, inhibitions to dance freely because we are always worried about what others will say. And I think that kind of confidence is not there in most adults. So do you think movement right from the beginning is going to free children from these inhibitions, and if it becomes a part of school curriculum, it's going to be as natural as reading and writing?
So the thing is that the question is not when movement becomes a curriculum, what happens? The question is how the movement is taught. Yeah. If the movement is taught, like I said, a nursery child dancing for the first time in life and is introduced to one dance 100 times, if you're introducing, and that's curriculum, yeah, that child is not going to feel free when they grow up. Because every time a nursery 3-year-old child moves, if you're correcting them,
yes.
Yeah, how do you feel if you move, I'm correcting, you move, I'm correcting. Where is the confidence going to come? In fact, you're going to, instead of opening up, you're going to close your body.
Right.
Right? So the question is not about that when you have a dance curriculum, the child will grow up to be an free adult. It's about how and what you do with this dance curriculum determines how the adulthood going to be. Now, that's a very good question which I want to talk about, that what is the role of a dance curriculum in a school where the curriculum is for every child and not for the children who are good at it. Okay? Of course, we want a curriculum which is also good for students who are good in motor skills, but then that becomes a club activity which is super specialization. You bring them out, you put them together and you develop the skills. Yeah. In the classroom, the curriculum has to cater to every child. In fact, you know what happens? In events, how much ever you try, you will put good dancers in first line. As soon as you put the good dancers in first line, the child knows that I'm not a good dancer. Yeah, you cannot hide that even if you don't.
The ones who are standing
that.
At the back, they know that, okay, we are average, we're not all that.
Especially in early years, we do that. Right? Even early years we do that because we want to show parents an amazing performance. Right? And of course, we also do that because the child in the behind can follow the child.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are two sides to that.
Yeah, two sides to it. And that's also right to do. But the child can see it differently. Yeah. A lot of time in front of the children, we are discussing. Oh, that child is dancing good. Let's put them here, there. That we discuss. Yeah. So when you're only doing events and performance, it stops catering to every child. It starts catering to students who are good. Now the students who are average and not great with the motor skills actually needs a curriculum.
Right.
They actually needs help. They actually need something which works for them. They actually need something which, okay, you're not good, don't worry. Still keep
moving, yeah.
Keep moving,
going,
do
yes.
it. Not now, tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because perfection is not immediate.
You're only, what is choreography in events? What are they asking for?
Perfection,
not the process.
oriented. Yes, not the process.
Not the process.
Yes.
Performance. Yeah. So that's where the catch is. The catch is that the students who are, so unknowingly, we are encouraging students who are good at dancing or good with motor skill and discouraging students who are not good at motor skill. And ideally, those are the children we have to help.
Who need help because they are not good at motor skills.
Should cater to them.
Yeah, right.
And event-based curriculum, performance-based curriculum, especially in early years, is really doing a big harm than good. Confidence, we are breaking a child's confidence. We are making children non-movers. So responsibility of a dance curriculum is actually that every child is willingly moving. They feel comfortable in the body. When the music plays in the party, they don't choose to sit and drink. They choose to get up and enjoy and get their dopamine, serotonin, whatever from the dance floor and not from food and drinking. We don't want to create individuals who need 2 pegs to go on the floor and dance.
Gain confidence.
To gain confidence and go on the floor and dance. We want to create individuals who are free in their body without that.
Absolutely.
And that's when we are able to do that. That's when your movement education is doing the right things.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the good students can always be encouraged and we can always have a right program for them. Tell me something, if I ask you a question, how many times you go and perform on stage in your life after as an adult? How many times?
Yeah, that's quite rare, yes.
Rarely. And what you've done in school, only performance event?
Yeah, that too only if you were good at something, a certain skill.
Or you're put into annual day by default.
By default, you go and stand on the side and just wave and move.
The way I envision dance education is that it's not for performance, it's a child-first approach. When you see it through a child's lens, you automatically get an answer what the child requires from that curriculum when they become adult. Are we delivering that? If you're not delivering that at this point, simple, then the curriculum is useless.
Let's move on to teacher training then. I mean, of course, you do also conduct teacher training programs where you help teachers to understand how dance can be integrated within classroom concepts and also classroom management.
So yes, I do take teacher training or including movement in classroom. So there are 5 ways to integrate movement in classroom. One is through games. Yeah. Another thing is dance. The third thing is using your body as a teaching aid. So that is simulation. Story of a tree growing. You become a seed. You grow up. So a lot of time, the disruption and the unwanted behavior in classroom that we see is because of expecting children to sit still for a long time. What is one word that teacher keeps using in the classroom?
Keep quiet, sit down.
Stop moving.
Stop moving, yeah.
Stop moving.
Finger on your lips.
Stop moving, stop moving. Why can't we teach children safe moving? What is safe moving?
Oh.
When to move, when not to move. Passive is sitting and learning in my language. Active is moving and learning. As simple as that. Yeah. So when I say movement education and you move children learn, teachers, they are not aware of how to manage an active environment. So it becomes a chaos. Secondly, children are constantly made to sit. So when they're asked to move, they feel the sense of freedom and they overuse it.
Absolutely.
They just want to
go
So much
bizarre. Fun to walk around the class.
Yeah. You go to an empty room and children instantly start running.
How do you manage that chaos then?
Yeah. So First of all, you set certain rules of where to start. As soon as you come in the classroom, what do you do? Because usually that's when they get hyper, start running around, hitting each other. You know, all those things happen in the classroom. The first rule is, as soon as you enter, what do you do? So there are spots on the classroom, lines and spots. They know, right? They're trained right from the first class. As soon as you come in the classroom, you stand on your spots. So they have a place where they stand. Pick your spot.
Very good.
First thing. Now how do we do? And earlier, how do we do that? We play a game called general space game, personal space game. We actually tell them after some time, for K1, K2, we tell them directly at first go that this your spot is your personal space. When you move around, it's general space. So let's play a game, I tell them, okay?
Okay.
And then when the music starts, you go around. When the music stops, you freeze and slowly, big step, you come back to your place. Yeah. You play this game multiple times. So that allows them to move out and come back to the place. It reinforces that I need to be in my place. Yeah. So we play this game. And that's how they willingly stand at that one spot. Yeah.
Okay.
The second rule is about hands. Hands used for dancing. Hands don't by mistake push, pull or hit people around. Yeah.
Use your hands responsibly in a dance.
Hands used for dancing.
Yeah.
That's what we say. Okay. Another rule is about when they are in active mode, somewhere they love screaming because they feel liberated.
Yes, yes.
One more way of liberation is your voice. Screaming, shouting.
And that goes on for every age group, I must say, right up to middle
every
school.
Age group, every age group. So you set certain mutual agreements. So again, you know, I should not be talking about it, but it's also how you set them, right?
Yeah.
Now, who teaches a dance teacher how to set mutual agreements?
Absolutely. I mean, wherever dance teacher learns dancing,
who teaches them?
They're just learning how to dance, or probably actually how to dance, not even how to train.
That's the difference between a dancer and a dance educator. Now, if you know what mutual agreements to set in class, and if you know how to set, it's not about just what to set. And that requires training. And if somebody's trained that teacher that way, the teacher will be able to take a beautiful dance class. Even for the students who are not interested in dance, they will start feeling interested because they're able to focus because of the rules.
So what you're trying to say is that when children are introduced with movement as a skill, then probably they are ready slowly, little by little.
These are pre-dancing skills.
Okay.
Do we have pre-reading skills, pre-writing skills? Yeah, don't we develop pencil grip before we start writing? So performance is a high-level skill. We don't realize that just like there are steps in reading, writing, we need steps in movement. We don't see dance as dance. For a child, a dance is movement first. Okay?
Right. But I think this is how we adults look at it. For us, dance is a performance, and that's where the child needs to be there. But you've also been very loud and clear that as performance, you know, any performance that the child puts up or children put up is more for adult validation. Can you talk about that?
Simple thing, okay, that a child's first experience of dance in nursery is usually in school, right? They don't learn at home much, learning dance, okay? Now, imagine a school has event-based dance curriculum, okay? The child is made to dance on one song 100 times. That's the first experience of dance for the child. Imagine if I do this to you.
Oh, it's very painful when you tell children to write that letter A,
100
the entire
times.
page. Oh my God, I can totally get it. It's really strenuous, it's cumbersome, and the child hates to write. I think that's the reason, because when children are taught to write and they are asked to write letters and they are told to drill it number of times, now I can actually relate with you when you say that. It is so cumbersome because it gets redundant every time. It's like, oh God, the child gets bored. It becomes heavy on the mind, and it is not even enjoyable.
Exactly.
And therefore writing. So I think the child enjoys the pre-skill, developmental writing skills, where you get them to do this curly lines, slant lines. I think that child enjoys that more because that comes with more of visuals. The teacher puts in some movement, hop like a bunny.
Pre-writing skill, no?
Pre-writing skills,
That's exactly I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
That
so I think I can resonate with you when you say dance requires skills, right? What did you say?
Pre-dancing skills.
Pre-dancing skills. So what would those pre-dancing skills be like, according to you?
Will able to focus when you're moving. Right. Yeah. You have to give thoughtful you have to put this thoughtfully in a curriculum. Most of the time, they don't stand at one place, and the teacher doesn't know how to make them stand in one place also.
So, Swara, you have to tell us what's the difference between a dance teacher and dance curriculum. Is any a person or a dance teacher eligible to create a dance curriculum?
That's a very good question. So tell me something. In a school, do you have maths curriculum and a maths teacher? Is maths teacher allowed to make curriculum for grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nursery, junior, senior? We don't do that, right? Do we have English syllabus, English books? We do have that, right? Teacher and curriculum are absolutely different things. When you ask a dance teacher to make a dance curriculum without the knowledge of child psychology, dance pedagogy, milestones, yeah, can you imagine the output that curriculum will have? Yeah. So that's exactly, if you really want to make your curriculum holistic, you know, people say art, you bring art in the curriculum and it becomes holistic. It helps child to develop. If you really want that, you need a curriculum. It's unfair to the dance teacher, you know, to ask a dance teacher to make a curriculum, yeah, without those knowledge. That's why, again, you know, this comes back to you ask me what is a dance educator. That's what is a dance educator. A dancer is different, a dance educator is different. You need understanding of child psychology, milestones, dance teaching pedagogy, levels, progression. Yeah, you have to see first and then comes the choreography, steps and events. Now, this is the biggest mistake that we are making. Seeing curriculum and teacher is same and dance teacher making curriculum. It cannot be holistic.
Yeah, unless and until the dance teacher understands education.
Yes, then dance, that's why I call myself dance educator.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that answer and for the clarity. Because I think most schools just engage anyone who is trained in dance as a dance teacher, someone who has done some dance performance or curated a dance performance and has a track record of some successful events. Probably these are the kind of people who are engaged, nothing against them, but of course they are good in their field in whatever they do, but probably they don't understand student management, child psychology, as you said, and curriculum with progression. Can you tell us what do you mean by progression, the vertical progression that we usually have in curriculum, school curriculum?
So we have two kind of progression actually, vertical and horizontally. Okay. Yeah, vertical is from nursery first month to nursery 12th month, what the child will go through. Yeah, and horizontal is nursery, junior, K1, K2, how will they progress? So you have to keep both in mind and do the progression for any curriculum. Yeah. Now skills, like, so how we have learning outcomes in other subject. If you want to make your curriculum holistic, you need to have learning outcome from each and every domain. Yeah, because eventually, of course, dance should deliver physical domain the most because that's the requirement, but it cannot forget the other domain, right? So you will have when I build my curriculum, I have 8 learning outcomes. Okay. First being learning dance, that is, and performance, that's every school does. The second is cultural context, which is again events and performances during festivals. The third is well-being, mental well-being. The fourth is integrated learning, yeah, learning concepts through movement.
That's interesting, yes.
Yeah, integrated learning. The fifth learning outcome is on confidence building, because movement has a big hand in building confidence. So we have 8 such learning outcome defined, and we make sure that each one of come alive when we teach, and they're not just there. Yeah. So when, just like any other curriculum, you define the learning outcome. Secondly, you list down things through which those learning outcomes can come alive. Break it down to a level which is understood by a 3-year-old child. Yeah, like example, can I give you an example of creativity is one of a learning outcome. Now, if you see from nursery to grade 10th, students are copying teacher, and we say, oh, art is to build creativity. But they're only copying, they're actually only creating copycats. So what we do in our curriculum, okay? We create music which has lyrics which a nursery child can understand. Okay? So story about a tree growing. Yeah? And the song pace is such that the child can understand, follow and create their own movement, right? So now creativity starts at nursery. So we should be able to break down any complex output, complex learning outcome to that level. And also should be able to filter down, this is not required, let's not do this for nursery, this will be introduced at grade 1. Yeah, so that's filtering that down. So the first thing was learning outcome. Second was making sure that how to break this learning outcome to that level. And then building the plan from yearly to monthly to class wise, just like any in the curriculum. But somewhere people are not able to do this in movement because somewhere they only think of event, so they never even give a thought of this could be so much, there could be so much to it. Yeah.
So, Swara, I like the point that you said, actually creating copycats, because that is what exactly happens in schools. I mean, in most schools, I shouldn't want to generalize every school. Each one has a particular disclaimer as to how well, they're conducting their sessions and classes. But yes, this happens in most schools that we really have copycats most of the time, especially when you see for events, the children are trained and trained and trained for one particular dance step. But I think as far as I know and I have read and seen about your work, with toddlers, with nursery classes, your learning outcome would be more based on movement, creativity, culture, as you said. But creativity goes to the next level where your older kids actually begin to choreograph themselves, right? If I'm not mistaken. So that's the progression where it should lead.
That's why you build the thinking skill.
Absolutely.
So critical thinking, everything. Yeah. So that's why when older kids are able to create a choreography, it's not just a choreography. Those skills will be used in anything they do.
Like, for example?
Example, when you think of a choreography, you are building critical skills, right? Now, critical skill is a skill which you practice more. It will be used in anything that you do. So, building a choreography becomes a tool to exercise critical thinking, right?
Okay, can you give me an example of how that could be? Critical thinking skills along with choreography.
So, as a group, you're making a choreography, okay? Then I tell them that what makes a choreography interesting? It should have levels, it should reach extremities. Do you have a theme? Are you trying to tell a story? Is your music selected right? Yeah. Are your movements showing that theme?
So like brainstorming and putting all the pieces together and seeing what is the best outcome.
And when you see it visibly and you say, oh no, I think this is missing. What is that? You see your work, metacognition. Yeah, you see your work and then you reflect upon it. Yeah, it's simple. The more you practice, it's not about doing art of choreography. It's about practicing the skill in different ways. It could be dance, it could be music, it could be social science, it could be language, wherever. The more you practice those skills, you develop that. And dance is, see, now if you only think of dance as steps and events, such a beautiful thing dance can give you, right? And you just completely not touch upon it.
Okay, so again, if you had to take movement workshop for politicians, what would be tougher for them? Balancing on one leg or balancing their promises?
Balancing on one leg, because they've not studied a curriculum.
They've not studied your curriculum. Okay, imagine Narendra Modi ji, Rahul Gandhi ji, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in your movement class. Who would you think would follow your instructions clearly?
Modi ji.
Modi ji, you're hearing it.
Yeah.
And who among the four of them you would ask for a posture check every 2 minutes?
I don't know. I really don't know. I forgot who are the people also in the question. I only remember Modi ji and Putin.
Okay, there was Rahul Gandhi and Donald Trump too. So someone would not listen to the teacher very often.
So I think, of course, Donald Trump. He doesn't listen to anybody.
So if you would like to pick a Bollywood star, okay, and send that person back to childhood and enroll them in your class.
Madhuri Dixit.
Wait. And do you think they'd become more expressive? Then who would be that person?
Oh, Sunny Deol.
Oh my God. 2.5 kilo ka haath. Okay.
No, Yarra ho Yarra. You
So
remember?
Probably, yes, I remember.
People talk about he's trying to kill some things on the floor. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's right. So it'll probably help him be more coordinated with all the parts of his body.
Expressive while dancing. More graceful while
More
dancing.
graceful. Okay, fine. You now rapid fire. Okay. Dance floor or debate stage?
Definitely dance floor.
Okay. Loud music or louder kids?
Louder clays because I know how to handle them.
Ah, lovely. TED Talk or talent show?
TED Talk for sure.
Okay. One word for movement. Is it therapy or superpower?
Both for sure.
One word. You have to choose. What
Therapy.
would you think is more overpowering?
Superpower. Superpower.
Superpower.
Yeah.
So you feel that it's a superpower that would be therapeutic.
Yes.
Screens or movement?
Movement.
Talent or training?
Training.
Stage lights or classroom floor? What would you prefer?
I'm a dance educator, classroom floor. First dance on classroom, then dance on.
Lovely. That's
It's
a good
it's
answer.
an order which matters.
Absolutely. Discipline. Is it overrated or misunderstood? Discipline.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Okay. If dance were a subject in board exams, what would be the pass percentage?
35%, same as other.
30. Oh.
Equal weightage to dance as other subjects, same.
Most of us have not thought of it the way you've looked at it. And that's why I think you're really passionately screaming it loud and clear to people. And I really wish that more and more schools look at dance curriculum in the way you're looking at it. Thank you so much. On ABC, the Academic Buzz Cafe, we bring you conversations beyond textbooks that go straight to the heart of education. Thank you for watching Academic Buzz Cafe.